Welcome to our little podcast, Hollywood Cats, a podcat about cat stories, cat care tips, and just a fun time to chat about cats. Hollywood Cats is hosted by Holly Meowie, president of the LA Cat Club, a not-for-profit cat rescue, and actress on numerous television shows, including currently as Beautiful Brenda on Lucha Underground on the El Rey Network nationally. Hollywood Cats is also hosted by Mark Rawlings, fellow cat lover and cat daddy, keeping the dream alive talking about cats. And now, from the Sunset Strip in Hollywood, here are Holly and Mark, your Hollywood Cats.
Hi, and welcome to another episode, podcast, if you will, podcat, if you will, of Hollywood Cats with Holly Meowie.
Meow, 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 representing all the kitty cats of America.
Those that can't speak, Holly's got them. And I am Mark Rawlings, cat daddy, and we're here just to talk about cats, cat stories, cat maintenance, just anything cats. It kind of comes up in a light banter, if you will.
Cats.
Yeah.
Gatos.
So this is kind of an interesting story that came from two people out of Los Angeles who are using cats to explain to children the Diary of Anne Frank, which was originally published in 1947. But the problem they're having is obviously this is becoming a story from a long time ago, and people are dying, and they want a new generation to try to understand it, not in a super light way, but through the eyes of cats, or a cat, I should say. And it's about a cat that lived in this annex where the Anne Frank diaries were, etc., and saw it from a cat's eyes. So they would see soldiers with one look, maybe dogs, and they'd see people that came to help with another look. And
yeah, like they use like spiders. Ew. Kids don't like spiders. Well, maybe little boys do sometimes, but evil spiders as, Nazis and, dogs, like mad dogs as Nazis.
Guards and things like that.
Yes. So it's all, it's trying to bring awareness to the Anne Frank story and keep kids interested in understanding of what happened to this poor woman.
Yeah. And what's funny is the two people that did it, they kind of came up with an idea and they threw it out there, and it got a lot of very positive feedback, and just another story.
Positive.
Yes, positive feedback. How they took a very tough subject to talk about, but have used animals, which we think is a very good story and nice to start with.
I know with my niece, she's this like very spirited, happy girl. Like there's no negativity. She doesn't know what negativity is. She's so just nice. This like happy-go-lucky girl. And so she's somebody who would totally relate to this because she doesn't see bad in anyone or bad in the world or anything. She's young. And so this would be something that I think I would read to her because she would understand it better, Yeah.
So the name of the book is The Cat Who Lived with Anne Frank. It's out from Random House, and it's a children's book. So if that's something that you'd like your kids to know more about, we highly endorse that.
Yeah, check them out.
Hollywood Cats. But our cat maintenance item of the week, for all you people here for maintenance tips, is fleas.
Flea circus.
Flea circus. Oh, look at you. You're on a good one. In California, we have this problem all the time, as does areas of Florida and in other hot states. But this time of year, when we were recording this anyway, a lot of people don't. It's frost, it's cold, and the fleas come out. They're hungry. The eggs hatch and they're ready to roll. But
they're like baby vampires waiting for their blood.
Yes, they are, and they want to come and live in your house with you, and it's just an all-around horrible experience for all involved. So tell me a little bit about your knowledge of fleas, flea repellent, fleas.
A lot of being in the rescue world, I've had to deal with fleas my entire life, my entire 9 lives. And a lot of the times when I take in kittens, they cannot use something called Advantage or use Revolution or any of the products out there to repel the fleas. So an adult cat can have one of those products. There's many out there, but I'm just using Revolution and Advantage as an example, put on their neck, and it repels fleas for 3 months. So you have to do it every 3 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
actually.
and it's a liquid drop that you put on your cat's neck, and basically when the flea bites the kitty, it's like, ugh, and either dies, it depends what brand you use, either dies or it kills their eggs and causes them to jump off the cat.
Yeah, if you believe what you see on TV, they're walking around like a cloud that no flea's gonna jump on it. I think it's more inclined the flea jumps on and then like
and then jumps off. So a lot of times people who live in houses, they have yards with grass, and if they have a dog, their dog goes outside, brings the fleas back in, they jump on the cats, and it infests your house. Well, if you treat all your animals, if the flea jumps on, it will jump off or die if they're treated. Now, with kittens being so young, some of those products are very dangerous to them because it is a toxic pesticide. It has to kill the fleas.
Right.
It doesn't kill the cats, but it kills the fleas that are eating their skin and they're sucking their blood. So therefore, with kittens, I spend literally hours defleeing kittens. A lot of people believe in baths. I have a hard time getting kittens baths because I believe that they can catch colds and pass on from it, like super young ones. So I personally, my own preference is to flea comb.
Okay.
And when you flea comb, you need a big thing of tape, and you need a flea comb, and you get all the flea dirt, and you take all the tape, and you collect all the fleas on the tape, and you just get them all clean. And it takes me an hour each kitten to do it, and you have to do it every day. Like it's like a serious amount of time.
So these are like rescues or cats that you're finding, because that's always a big thing. Like somebody, oh, look at the kitten, or your child brings home a cat, they bring him into your house, and you're introducing that, obviously. But which is an interesting question. If you know a cat is from the outside and you just naturally assume that they're going to have flea issues, what do you do about your other cats other than separate them? Is that enough just to put them in a separate room so your undamaged cats don't you're infested?
They won't get infested if they're treated. So if they're treated with the Revolution or the Advantage, they won't get infested. So that cat that has the fleas won't transfer the fleas to them because they're treated.
What about furniture, though, and carpet and
I mean, if you get a flea infestation in your house, a lot of times borax, it's like a powder. You
borax,
can put you put it around the house, and that's supposed to help with the fleas. Vacuum washing. I'm grateful that fleas don't like the taste of my skin, so they don't bite me. But my poor brother, they like his skin, so he gets all bit up and stuff.
Like
so
mosquitoes.
Fleas have never really bothered me that much. Mites, on the other hand, don't even get me started on the mites.
No mite talk this show.
So another thing about fleas that people probably don't realize a lot of the time is that if a kitty ingests a flea, they get a tapeworm. So during the hot months, if your kitties had fleas, or maybe even one flea, if they happen to eat one flea before the treatment that they're treated with kills it, and it gets into their body, it grows in their intestine and becomes a worm. And then all of a sudden, your kitty, when you're watching TV, you're seeing your kitty's little butt, because you know how your kitty likes to turn around and show its little eye. Its little sphincty eye to you. It's one eye. Yes. And you see this little white thing popping in and out. Delicious, right? This is such a delicious conversation. Oh, so the little worm comes out, and sometimes it breaks off. And when it breaks off, it dries up and turns into a little piece of rice. Okay? So if you see little dried up pieces of rice on your cat's little one-eyed area, then you know your cat has a tapeworm. Now, a lot of the times people freak out. This is so common. Don't freak out. If left untreated, it's very unhealthy for the kitty. It actually eats their nutrients and everything. But don't freak out if you have a tapeworm. Just go down to your local Petco. There is a tapeworm pill. You pop it in the mouth and then re-pop one in the mouth 2 or 3 weeks later, and it treats it like that. You don't need to go to the vet. Like, I've learned the hard way of thousands of dollars of vet bills that, you know, if you go to the vet for every little thing that you can treat like yourself, you're going to be broke. And
yeah, most definitely.
So with fleas, realize comes the tapeworm. Another way of seeing the tapeworm also, which I'm sure not a lot of people are digging through their cat's litter box, like wondering what's in there. Mm-hmm. But if your cat leaves an uncovered little piece of chocolate in its litter box,
okay.
then you can look at it, and if it has little white things crawling on it, then you know that it has a tapeworm. Because the tapeworm is actually a long one-piece worm, but it actually breaks off in the feast. It breaks off and sheds. It's so delicious. Let's go to dinner after this. What do you say?
Yeah, I was going to say, this is much more about tapeworms than I anticipated for this episode. But, well, that's pretty much it. You got to break the cycle of life in the flea, the egg, the tapeworm, and then you have your beautiful little animal in your house, and try to keep them inside. Obviously,
flea. I've dealt with so many fleas that, you know, sometimes when you take them off the comb, this is gonna totally gross everyone out, but I like doing that. It's funny.
Yeah, you're a cat maintenance kind of person.
I literally have taken fleas off, and they've popped in my hand, and eggs have like shot into my eyeball before.
Well, and on that note,
I didn't get a tapeworm in my eye or anything. But
I'm obviously sitting her with her eyes look great, so we're good this week into the day. Anyway, so that's enough flea talk. Hopefully you learned a little something there.
Yeah.
I did, whether I wanted to or not. And next week on Hollywood Cats, we're gonna. This is always such a funny topic, and it's I guess beyond just our cats listening to you. Do they know their names?
Yes.
And there's been some research that if you're a cat owner, you pretty much they know some things. But they had some more interesting facts, and we'll talk about that next time. Right?
Yeah, we will. We will talk about that. And then I want you guys to feel free to follow me on Facebook at Holly Meowie. Well, that's my page. LA Cat Club is my rescue page, and on Instagram, LA Cat Club, and on Twitter, LA Cat Club, and the lacatclub.org is our website, which we have tons of kitties for adoption and events that we've got great events coming up, so follow us on there, see what's going on in the cat world, and I hope to see you guys.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening to another episode of Hollywood Cats.
From Hollywood, you've been listening to Hollywood Cats, stories and facts about cats. Be sure to join us next time for more with Holly and Mark. And don't forget our website, HollywoodCats.com. That's Hollywood and cats ending in Z. HollywoodCats.com. And thanks for joining us on Hollywood Cats.